Hello everyone, welcome to K Diagnostics. Dio here. Today we have a 2001 Ford F450 with a 7.3 diesel. The customer complaint on this is that it leaks a lot of fuel under the engine. So the customer called me and he said he couldn't drive it. It was just leaking so much that he didn't want to take a chance to drive. So he had it towed here. So now here we are. So I'm gonna start the truck and then I'll sit you guys under here so you can see where the leak is. Once we confirm the customer's complaint, then we'll see what directions we're gonna go with this. So let's start the car and look at the leak. Okay, so I got the truck running and there is our fuel leak, guys. There is our fuel leak. So it looks like it's leaking from the fuel line that feeds fuel to the engine. Okay, good. So now that we've seen the leak, let's turn off the truck and see how we can approach this. Oh, check that out. See how it's leaking right there? That's a pretty good leak right there. Right, so the truck is off now and we are definitely leaking from those guys right there. So these two lines are leaking and these lines actually go from up front here and then back here. So these lines are the ones that are leaking. So these lines that have this quick disconnect fittings here are leaking. So they actually go over the chassis right there and up to the front there. Can you guys see the leak? Yeah, I mean it's leaking so bad. All right, so let's disconnect these lines. Actually, I already have the replacement lines here. Let's disconnect this. We're gonna get our fuel line disconnect tool to disconnect these two lines. These lines actually shouldn't be really difficult to remove. All right, I hope you don't mind my noisy creeper here. It's kind of hard doing this. Okay guys, so I'm gonna try to do this one-handed and see if it's gonna work. So I already disconnected these clips, so now I'm gonna use this tool to insert it right here on the line. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push it back. There we go, right there, to disconnect the line. So I got this one disconnected. Now let's do the same thing on the other line back there. So I hope you guys can see that other line. It's right there. So I'm gonna push the tool and then bam, right there. So I have both lines disconnected. Okay, so here is our line. It got those little tabs in there that grab against this ring here. So this is difficult doing it one-handed. So let me see if I can show you one more time what I did. So, you know, you get this tool right here, put it on, and then push against it. So what this tool does is it goes right there in the line. Let me see, it goes in there. And do you guys see those tabs right in there? There's tabs right here. So the tool goes in So the tool goes in like that and pushes on those tabs to actually free up this little collar right here. Okay, so I got both lines disconnected. Now let's go to the front of the vehicle and do the same thing. So let me pull this out. Yeah, so I got both lines right here. So I got both lines connected from the back. So now let's go to the front and do the same thing. So we are in the front of the vehicle right now. So I'm gonna try to reach up there and disconnect these clips. Hopefully my hand is not in the way. Okay, so that's disconnected. Yeah, we're gonna do the same thing on the other one. Okay, so we got those out. So now we're gonna get our tool and undo the lines. Okay, so basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the tool right here like we did in the back, push it. Actually, you gotta take some pressure off of the line, so you have to push it forward a little bit and then push it back. I can't do this one-handed, so I'm gonna have to sit you guys down here and I will disconnect these and get you guys back up. Alright guys, so I got the fuel lines out. Here is what they look like. They're just more, it's just a short tiny section of flex fuel lines here that have quick connect and disconnect on each end. So we just disconnected the back. I showed you guys on camera how we did this. It's pretty much the same process up front here, but the front was so corroded that they were just completely stuck on. So what I did, I went on the side with a sawzall. So I just cut, but because you have to be careful not to damage the actual steel fuel line. So I had to go on the side, as you guys can see. So I made a little crack there and just pry it around, and I just wiggled and so yeah. So here are the old ones, and I have the replacement parts right here. So here are the new ones. Okay, so we're gonna install these new ones and then do a last check. I believe, I mean, this was the problem. This is gonna fix it, but who knows? Who knows? Anyways, so here are our new lines. Let's go under the truck and install them. Okay, guys. So I got both lines out as I told you. So now I'm about to install the new lines. So I'm gonna feed them through. We're gonna make sure they go all the way over. And now, once they're over there, what I'm gonna do is, with my one hand, I'm going to line it up with this line right here. That one. Then push it forward. And then the other one here, we're gonna do the same thing, but our line is seated. So now we're gonna have to clip this There. Already, awesome. So that's sitting. Now let's do the same thing on the other one. So actually, let me show you guys what I did on the other. No, actually, let me get this on first and then I'll show you what I did. Okay. Hey guys, I'm gonna show you what I did on this side before I clip this other line back up. So just because I didn't have enough room here to sit the camera and show you what I did, so this is what I have done. I came in with this Sawzall. Make sure you have a long blade. So with this, usually over time, these lines tend to stick to this metal line right here, okay? Once they get stuck, it's so hard to get them. So what I have to do, I had to like hit them up with a hand torch first, and then I came in with a Sawzall, and then I cut the side. But you have to be very careful not to cut this metal tube right here, because if you do, then you have to replace the whole thing from the engine down here. I mean from the top of the engine to the bottom. You don't want to do that because that's going to be extra work. So what you need to do, you have to be careful, like slice this side and then slice the other side up here. Once you do, and then you're going to get a screwdriver, a flat screwdriver, and then come in at an angle like this. You know, you're gonna come in at an angle and then pry. Let me get this clip out of the way. Yeah, so once you make a slice right there, and then you're gonna come at an angle and then pry this, and then pry both sides. Once you do, those tabs in there will release the tube, and then you can slide it out. Okay, that's what I did, because the other ones were just so hard. I couldn't get the tool in it. They were completely stuck. I couldn't even get them to move. So it was hard. So that's what I did, guys. So now that I've gotten both of them on, so now I just have to slide this clip in. Yeah, there we go. So this side is good to go. So there. This side is good to go. So now let's go to the back and connect the back and then start the truck. Alright guys, so I'm right here at the back. I'm right here behind the engine. So once the lines are connected up in the front, the back is actually fairly easy to do. So what we need to do here is that we are going to slide these on, okay, right there. Hope you guys can see this. So we're just gonna slide them on. Let me sit this up here first. Let me get the let me get this. So right there. So now, what I can do is, I can sit this one there, then I'm gonna do the same. So I'm pushing them back a little bit. This is tough doing one-handed, but I think we can do it. So I got this one lined up, and now what I need to do, I just have to push it. Did you hear that click? Yeah, so that side is on. Then I'm gonna put this clip, this little clip here that holds it down. It holds it in place so that it doesn't fly out. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's connected. Now let's connect this other one. The same thing, we're gonna have to push it towards the front a little bit and then line it up. There. Now just push it. See how it's still sitting out? So what we need to do, we have to push it up until we hear a click. This is so tough doing one-handed. So let me see if I can sit you guys here so I can push it with 2 hands. All right, so there we are. I had to push it with 2 hands. So now there are our fuel lines connected, and then this brake line is actually gonna go up there and there. So our brake lines are back in place. Now let's go out and start the truck and verify everything. Alright guys, as you guys can see, our fuel leak is fixed. The truck is no longer leaking. So the fuel leak is fixed. So let's turn off the truck and wrap up this video. Guys, so as you guys can see, the truck is no longer leaking. So we have fixed it. So I really wanted to show how I take these fuel lines out, because usually over time these lines that have quick connect fittings like these ones tend to rust and they become such a pain to remove. So this is what I use, like I told you earlier. So just come at an angle and make a slice on both sides of the fitting and then get a screwdriver, pry it. You have to be patient, be careful not to damage the line, because if you damage the line, you have to replace the entire line, okay? So this is gonna be the end. I hope you like this video, and if you do, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumb down. But if you do, you gotta tell me why, okay? Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, K Diagnostics. And while you're down there, don't forget to ring the bell so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.